The world of digital marketing moves at a dizzying speed. Strategies, budgets, tactics, buzzwords. How can we even begin to distinguish the signal from the noise, the good moves from the bad? Take it from the team that's tripped as much as we've triumphed. We're putting our best moves in the spotlight and spilling every secret to give you step-by-step instructions to steal for your own success and digitally scale your business. This is Marketing Moves.
Welcome back to another episode of Marketing Moves. I'm your host, Ashton Morris, Senior Account Executive and Strategic Partnerships Lead at Vivid Friend. Today, I'm joined by Eric Golubitsky, co-founder of Zero Doubt Club, a wellness ecosystem that combines fitness, nutrition, and mindset coaching into one integrated platform. Over the past several years, Eric has helped grow Zero Doubt Club into one of the fastest evolving wellness companies in the country. Today, we'll unpack his journey, how personal transformation became a scalable business, the marketing lessons from building a bold wellness brand, and what it really takes to grow a high-touch health and performance business without losing the human element. Eric, welcome to Marketing Moves.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So you've spent your career building tech-driven businesses. What prompted you to make the jump into fitness with Zero Doubt Club?
So, I can start a little bit on my career. Just had an amazing, fun business with my brother and my dad. We had a audio, video, home automation installation company for a long time. We were Weatherhead 100, number one on the list in 2003. Then I had a software tech company and then dabbled in real estate a little bit. But throughout those 20 years, could never prioritize health and tried everything. So Atkins diet, was a member of every gym you can name on the east side of Cleveland, had personal trainers, bought a Peloton, did P90X, like you name it, I tried it at some point, and nothing would ever sustain because life happened and businesses and just regressed slowly over 20 years. And COVID hit and I was physically, mentally, emotionally at my worst. My last unhealthy doctor appointment, I should say, was not good. Pre-diabetic, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, diagnosed for CPAP machine, cocktail of medications were prescribed, didn't take them, and that scared me. And COVID hit, and I had the flexibility of a little bit more time and said enough is enough. Like, I'm 45 going on 65, like this is not good and I'm going to die of a heart attack and I'm going to prioritize my health. And like had my bathroom moment, super emotional and like enough's enough and you got to get it together. And literally next day I met who became my personal trainer and life coach, who's now my business partner today. But that's how it started. He was my trainer, Jeremy, and we knew each other as kids. Our parents immigrated from Russia at the same time, but he was a few years younger. So we were friendly, never necessarily close friends, but ran into each other. And he's telling me that he went through his own personal transformation and he became a certified life coach and picked up a few clients. And they all asked him for personal training. So he became a certified personal trainer and he didn't even finish the sentence. I'm like, I'm in. And he's like, I want a 90-day commitment. And the rest is history. Dots finally connected. And he was a big help and helped me connect these mind, body, and spirit dots that I could never connect in the past.
So how did you go all in? Obviously, it's during COVID. You met him, but what did those initial stages of, I'm going to do this right? Did you first start with nutrition and then fitness, or was it a little bit of both? Like, I'm going to commit to it all at once?
Yeah, that's a great question. So why it worked this time and how it was different was a lot on Jeremy and him taking the time to meet me where I was at. He asked me day one, like, who are you accountable to? And I laughed. I said, if my wife or kids hear that I hired another personal trainer, they're just going to laugh. I think I also had a lot of doubts. Will it sustain? Will I sustain? Will it be successful this time? Just so long that I tried everything and nothing worked. And, but, I credit Jeremy, and Jeremy's like, but you did the work. So we're always going back and forth. But he really met me where I was at. He really spent the time on mindset and positivity and gratitude, and started really helping me work on things that I never worked on before. He really took the time to explain what is clean eating, right? Like, we all know we need to eat better and work out more and whatever else, but what does clean mean? What has toxicity to it, such as preservatives and GMO and alcohol and so on, and why that's bad and why your body attacks that instead of what you want it to attack, like your fat, and why that prevents weight loss and health and happiness and your mental being too. Like, it's all interconnected. There is no exercise or nutrition or mindset. We're a human being. And to really fire on all cylinders, you got to connect those dots. And that was my fault over the years, is that I went all in on an Atkins diet, but wasn't doing the exercise or wasn't doing the mindset work, etc. So little by little, he would add gratitude work. He would add meditation work, which was torture for me at the beginning because I'm a type A guy. But 5-minute guided meditations he would play for me, and I started to get it. And weight flew off and mindset changed. I started eating super clean, dropped alcohol, which was a big deal. Again, in my overall, like, how I felt, how I showed up to workouts, not to get through it, but actually to crush them, right? To like want to be there. And those little shifts really started adding up. And again, back to mindset, like what blocked me in the past. Like, again, life happens, right? There's stresses and there's work and there's family and there's whatever else. And it's so easy to just fall off and then skip a workout and then skip a week and then skip a month and then
It
months.
compounds.
It compounds. And so having this coach of understanding, and really got to the root causes, and we started fixing them little by little, it compounded the other way. And I call it like magic happened, like 1 + 1 = 10. And so I dropped a lot of weight. Since I started working out, I've lost like 75 pounds of fat,
wow.
gained probably 20 pounds of muscle. And about 4 or 5 months in, because of my business background, coaching him on the business and in his vision for the company that he wanted to create, a coaching company, etc. And he asked me to join him in the business, and it was a total no-brainer. Like, he gets to continue to fix people while I do the business side, the sales, the marketing, the investor relations, etc. We started Zero Doubt Club.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. He clearly transformed your life, but you also transformed his life. So can you tell us a little bit more about really getting this off the ground and where you guys started and where you guys are at today with Zero Doubt Club?
Sure. So the most transformative business book that I've read was Blue Ocean Strategies. And it really teaches you to, what's the hole in the industry? How do you not swim with the sharks and swim in the red ocean that's commoditized and high competition and race to zero and whatever else? How do you really look at something from a different point of view? And Jeremy and I had some amazing conversations on what's missing and why, if the health and wellness industry is $1 trillion, but population health has never been worse. Healthcare costs have never been higher. Like, something's wrong, like from a macro level. So how do we, from a micro level, make a difference and look at it from a blue ocean strategy business-wise, but really from a human-wise? So why does the industry fail so many humans? there's a lot of successful humans, right? So let's just say 5 to 10% of humans go to the gym and they're disciplined and they're eating well and so on, and they're connecting the dots. But there's like 80 to 90% of people that don't. The actual statistics, 75% of the U.S. adult population have a chronic disease, and more than half of them have more than one. And that's what I had, and that's where I was headed. And literally 6 months of behavior change completely eliminated that. So that was our view in of, okay, well, we're not in a gym business. We're not going to build a better gym. We're going to fix people, and that's the business we want to be in. And we don't want to sell memberships. We want to deal with the human and provide holistic health coaching to really help them start believing in themselves, start making little improvements on their behaviors so that now they're gaining the confidence, right? And we're not looking to sell somebody 4 sessions for 2 weeks. We're looking to be their health coaches for a really long time and help them consistently improve and live it as a lifestyle, because we've had the taste of it ourselves, right? So we know what it's like to go from lots of doubts to now living this life of zero doubt, and that's where our name came from. And so today we have 4 boutique personal training coaching gyms in Northeast Ohio 4 years later. Interestingly, too, we started a healthy gourmet prepared meals company just because nutrition and food and clean eating is such a big piece of the puzzle, and it's so hard. The grocery store is literally 85% processed food. Restaurants, fast casual, they're using processed seed oils and processed foods and not organic. So we basically built what we wanted for ourselves, which was locally sourced organic food or produce, etc., and no seed oils, non-GMO, no preservatives, super clean, super delicious, menu changes every week, etc. So that has grown to about 800 meals a week we now deliver throughout Northeast Ohio. And the difference there, too, for a lot of our personal training clients and so on is that decision fatigue. What do I eat? How much do I eat? When do I eat? Whatever else. And that fatigue causes stress. And stress compounds to work stress and family stress and whatever else. If you can eliminate what do I eat? When do I eat it? That's a big relief, even on lunch. And now you're not eating something bad, you're eating something good that gives you the energy and keeps you moving in the right direction. And like you said, like everything compounds. So do you want it to compound in a negative way or in a positive way? And that's our methodology that we've built is, and you asked earlier, like, did you go all in? Like, no, I hired him to be a personal trainer, right? Again, to do the same thing again. Thank God he wasn't just a personal trainer. Thank God he was a mindset coach, and Jeremy practices very high levels of consciousness. So like presence and gratitude and faith and positivity, and like thank God that the right teacher appeared when the student was ready, right? And so in our thinking, it's when you do go all in, when you're ready to not just work out twice a week and not just go on a diet, etc., but you're ready to start living this healthy, authentically happy life that everybody, you ask a million people, do you want to be healthier and happier? All hands will go up. Are you ready, and are you ready to do the work? And because it feels like Mount Everest. Looking back, like, that wasn't too bad, right? So it's how do you persevere over these scary and hard things and start doing them a little bit at a time towards the positive direction? And how do we, as a business in this blue ocean strategy, help them keep the momentum going, help coach them, help continuing to meet them where they are and take them one step further, and help them, I should say, help them take that one step further. And I think we're really good at it. And so that's where the business is today. Where the business is going is that we launched corporate wellness. So now how do we help employer-employee ecosystems change behavior? And that's not a simple thing to do. And we're good at it. And we've now launched to a few clients and seeing some early pretty insane success.
Oh, wow.
Like 100% would use us again, would refer us to their coworkers, like really high feedback from the employees that we're coaching.
It's incredible. There's a lot to unpack there. First and foremost, an incredible story. And what you're doing is helping people lead not just healthier lives, but happier lives. And I think the point about expanding to nutrition is so key, especially because you are a businessman yourself. You've worked the long days, you have a family, you have a life. One of the hardest things is eating the right food. I've played college tennis, athlete my whole life.
Nice.
The exercise was never the hard part. That was great. But food and nutrition was the hardest, especially once I was out of my bubble at home and my family was making everything. It's notorious for people that listen to Marketing Moves all the time. I joke that I'm the DoorDash queen. I've gotten better. I started cooking, but you don't realize what you're putting into your body.
Right.
But to your point, the stress is there. It's like, I just worked an incredibly long day. Do I want to go to the grocery store to buy food, then come home, cook the food, and then clean up? And then what ends up being easier is just ordering something. But ultimately, that leads to such unhealthy living. And you don't even realize it because it becomes your body's norm.
Right. So yeah, decision fatigue, like I'm obviously spoiled by the perks of owning the company. So I've literally been on our meal prep for 4 years. So I don't even think about it. Like, do I go to the grocery store? Do I go to Panera? Do I go here? Do I snack? Do I just grab another meal?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that it's got all the macronutrients. I know it's super clean. All our meals are high in protein. The majority of them are gluten-free, dairy-free. Like, it's just clean and good and delicious, and I can move on with my day. So what would be a lot of time of thinking about it, either going out and getting it or cooking it or whatever else, and then probably making the wrong decision.
Mm-hmm.
And then regretting it and feeling that remorse and just not feeling good and whatever else. All that is removed by just grabbing a meal. And that's the point, is just grab a meal, eat, and move on with your day. So now how much more productive are you? How much more are you going in the right direction? Are you feeling good about your choices and just moving on with your day? And then, of course, cost is the question. And by the time you put your time and value on your time and the prices that are now in grocery stores, I would bet we're less expensive at the end of the day.
Oh, absolutely. And we didn't have a chance to talk about this before we started recording, but I have autoimmune and immune issues. And honestly, a lot of it is stress management and nutrition and exercise. So there's not much else I can do outside of that. So that's why I try to lead a very healthy lifestyle, because I know that's a lay of the land. And I do think with what you're doing on the corporate wellness side, but also too, obviously, with just the consumer base, with the nutrition piece is key. Can you talk a little bit about how you're helping bridge that gap for organizations from a employee health perspective? Because healthier employees lead to lower healthcare costs and things of that sort. So if you could dig into that a little bit more.
There's not one CEO, CFO, or head of HR right now that is happy with their year-over-year healthcare cost raises. Again, employees are part of that 75% chronic disease number, and the 50% of them that have more than one chronic disease. And those medications are costly, and doctor visits are costly. So any chronic disease doesn't just come with medication. It comes with doctor visits. It comes with productivity issues. It comes with engagement. It comes with health and wellness culture. So you start putting real dollars behind what an unhealthy employee, which again, unfortunately, is the majority of people that are out there, versus healthy. Like It's staggering, the numbers, besides just healthcare costs, but productivity, engagement, and culture, and so on. So with all that being said, most health and wellness programs, and that's a $60 billion industry, at the end of the day are health and wellness initiatives. So they're all great. No, I'm not saying anything negative regarding planting seeds in employees' minds, doing step challenges or water challenges or subsidizing gym memberships or giving them access to apps or incentivizing them to even go to the doctor. But none of those, none, change actual long-term behavior. So a lot of these are low cost, no cost because the insurance provides them. And again, they're great. They're great health and wellness initiatives, but they're not health and wellness programs. They don't move the needle in the right direction on employee health. That's why health and wellness is still getting worse. And well, not just because of the health and wellness program, the whole world and grocery stores and so on are at fault too. But these health and wellness initiatives don't move the needle on employee health. So they keep getting these 10 to 20% year over year increases on their health care. So how do you change the culture? So again, we take that blue ocean step back to say, okay, how do we come in and actually change an employee health population? That's not a simple thing. So you have all these health and wellness initiatives that we know for decades have not moved the needle in the right direction. And then we have proven high-touch health coaching that we do know works for the people that are ready and really need it and want it, which is not the full employee population. But if we can do this for somewhere close to this price range, because we're doing it in bulk and so on, and we've got a process behind it, et cetera. If we can do this for this amount of money to make it affordable for companies, because companies aren't going to pay this for their employees, and employees aren't necessarily going to pay. But if we can bring it down and have the employer pay for some of it and have the employee pay for some of it and have some skin in the game and really provide high-touch coaching to, again, meet the employees where they're at and start moving them in the right direction on behavior change. And we know, let's just say out of 100 employees, not all 100 are going to raise their hand, but 10 will. And if we can help those 10, that's the buzz in the office that starts changing health and wellness culture, right? So now they have this high-touch coach that's helping them eat cleaner, exercise, keeping them accountable, providing structure. And again, it's dynamic. You can't give somebody a library of PDFs and YouTube videos and whatever else to watch, and they're going to change their health and wellness behavior, right? Or give them an app where it gives them a workout. Well, the workouts need to be dynamic. We're human, right? So we either progress or my shoulder hurts or whatever the reason is, but there needs to be dynamic coaching. So our vision behind it is, okay, let's fix 10 people out of the 100 with the high-touch coaching. Let's do a 90-day, 45 days is not enough. 6 months is too long. 90 days. 90 days is definitely enough to help somebody stay accountable for actual behavior change. Some will change a lot. Some will change a little, but they're definitely going to go in the right direction versus the wrong direction. And now what you're creating is that ripple effect. Now the other 90 are like, wait, what? And this is cool, and you love your coaches, and you are eating cleaner, and you have lost 6 pounds, and you look like you're happier and more engaged and more productive and whatever else. Maybe 20 participate the next 90 days. And again, so this is not an overnight fix. This took decades but our vision is over the next year or two to really make significant progress with employees and start having them move in the right direction versus the wrong direction. And again, performance, productivity, happiness. The ripple effect is not just the rest of the teammates, it's their families. Its clients feel it and see it. So there's a lot more ROI than just healthcare costs in improving health and wellness culture. So this also is not necessarily for everyone because there's still costs associated. And so we're looking for early adopters that really care about their employees and are like, okay, and very fortunate for us, we found a few already and we're going to keep growing it. But to make it really scalable and really affordable for more companies and to help more people, we're building out an AI health coaching app also, because even the coaches that do even the high touch coaching, there's still a lot of time in between the coaching for things to happen, positive and negative, that our coaches don't have insight into. So a lot of the time spent, maybe 30-minute, 60-minute coaching calls, is catching up. And if we have insight into what they do on a daily basis, and because of AI technology, we can build guardrails with our methodology and what we've seen work for the last 4 years. So we're teaching it. But besides that, we have true 24/7 insight on a coach that we've programmed that is helping them in a 24/7 dynamic way, which will then help the economies of scale on the coaching and so on. And that's going to be our true differentiator on being able to provide actual corporate wellness, behavior change programs that are effective.
Struggling with digital marketing, branding, or website design? Does it seem impossible to navigate the landscape of social media, influencers, and algorithm tweaks? At VividFront, we thrive on challenges like these. When the rules constantly shift, we don't just adapt, we excel. We've cracked the code for growth time and time again, propelling some of the biggest names in e-commerce and B2B to new heights. With our custom digital marketing solutions, we don't just promise results, we deliver them. Ready to take your business to the next level? Visit vividfront.com today to get started.
McKinsey reports that 84% of consumers rank wellness as a top priority. With that awareness, how are you approaching your marketing strategy?
Good question. So there's a lot of marketing and social media on health and wellness. So it's really crowded. So how do you stick out? And as a startup, we still feel we're in startup phase. As a startup, like our most important metrics are, well, number one, results and retention. So when our clients see results, they retain as well. And then there obviously are walking billboards, right? So referrals and so on is a big part of it. We do events where we invite people in the health and wellness community, so they can be functional medicine doctors, they can be podiatrists, nutritionists, dietitians. We've had, so anyone that's tangential to health and wellness, we throw events, co-events that are educational, inspirational, and hopefully convert to where they do become clients and are ready. I think the overwhelming majority of people are on the fence, and it's really hard to get off that fence, right? It's, I'm going to start next week. I'm going to start Monday. I'm going to start in spring. I'm going to start January 1st. I'm going to start, and these start dates just keep getting pushed back because it's hard for them just to make that push. So yeah, we're strategizing. We're thinking, how do we market something profound? Right? So not educational, because there's so much education towards what is clean food and why processed food is bad and why exercise is good and why strength training is fundamental. And again, as we age, we lose bone density and muscle mass. So like strength training needs to be fundamental on top of other exercise that you do. So like all that I feel is out there, and marketing it crowds us from everybody else. What necessarily isn't out there is that connection of holistic approach and going all in, and we just haven't really pushed on the gas with that as much as we'd like to, just because we have so many irons in the fire. But I think that's what's missing, is stop putting out the same stuff that's already out there. And how do you take it up another level and teach people something that either they don't know, or finally help them connect those multi-pillar dots?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great analysis of where things are at. How would you describe your current marketing mix then? I see you're very active on organic social channels, and that seems like a great driver really to share that narrative.
Yeah, our existing clients love it. We get new clients from it. So we've spent very little on advertising, just because we're a bootstrapped startup and it's hard. Not saying that we wouldn't, and we look at it every day of how do we spend $1 and get $1 back in paid ads, and we want to do it with a good strategy and good return on investment. It's not like we have a budget. We have startup investment that needs ROI. But organic has been amazing for us. Referrals have been amazing. Events. People are looking for community. They're looking for like-minded individuals that are in similar situations that are ready to start connecting those dots and being part of a community. And I think we do a really good job, especially compared to other health and wellness providers, on throwing events that combine our clean food, that combine speakers, that combine educational and motivational speakers. And we're going to do a lot more of that. We have a podcast channel as well that's done well. Anyone that's watched a few of our podcasts, they're in. It really tells the story of who we are and what we're trying to do, and just, again, our methodology and the fact that we really care about the human and the results. So yeah, it's been bootstrapped. I think we do a really amazing job for the fact that we're a bootstrap startup, but we try to post at least once or twice a day with organic content. On the kitchen side, we have 5 chefs with amazing personalities. So with our meal prep, you're not just ordering once, right? Like going out for dinner. So having a relationship with a chef is not necessarily important. You want a good meal and you want to move on with your day. With us, we almost become people's personal chefs because they're ordering weekly from us every week for months or years. So getting that inside look on who's actually cooking their food and why we're cooking the food that we're cooking. So there's education there. There's inspiration there. There's get to know the chef personalities. They get to see the kitchen and them preparing the food and whatever else. So on the kitchen side, it's organic is working great. On the personal training side, seeing the expertise of a few of our coaches, with Jeremy and going deep on mindset coaching and just strength training. Justine, she just got another certification literally last weekend. We did a press release yesterday. I think she's got like 10.
Oh, wow.
I don't think there's anyone better in Northeast Ohio on women's health. Pre-postpartum, menopausal, like she is an absolute women's health expert, especially on holistic health and naturopathy. She's just amazing and an amazing resource for women and really inspirational. And what's cool is her and Jeremy decided to do a bodybuilding show.
Oh, wow.
So they're posting a lot on that and just seeing their bodies transform. I think Justine just posted from January to March, like, again, she had an amazing body before, but now the 6-pack is there and she's just getting cut and stronger and just and she's sharing that transformation. So from great to ridiculous is how I would call it.
Yeah.
Transformation is really motivating for women. And at her age, she's in her 40s, Jeremy's in his late 40s, and that they're doing it now. And they're already healthy, but taking it up even another is just really inspiring. And our clients love it. And so that's what we're doing.
I think that's a great way to build those relationships because, everyone is online now, whether you want to be or not, from a social media perspective. So
Right.
being able to connect with the trainers or the chefs, I think, is a great way to strengthen those brand ties. Are you working with any influencers or local creators to really spread the word about what you're doing?
Yeah. So I wish we had more time for that because that has been good. We hired interns last summer that reached out to all the nutritionists and dietitians in town, and we picked up a bunch of amazing relationships. One of the dietitians actually created one of our meal items is a detox build your own meal for 30 days to not only clean and organic, but no oil at all. And what most people don't see or understand is that extra 100, 200, 300 calories in oil that's in every meal that starts adding up to 600 or 800.
It's the hidden calories you don't even know.
It's the hidden calories. And a lot of times it's not needed. So we have this detox build your own meal that actually came from a dietitian. So working with strategic partnerships and other like social media influencers that have shared our content, like if they reach out to us, we'll definitely send them a gift card if they'll promote us and create a little video about their experience and so on. Like, yeah, we're looking for that all the time.
I think that's key to leverage social proof, whether it's on your website or on your social media channels. It just really helps people understand what you're doing and then take that jump themselves.
For the little that we've done, and again, I don't know if it's little or decent. It's done well. So we definitely need to do more.
2026
We need
goal.
to do more of everything.
We all do.
Right.
I do want to circle back to the AI-powered health coaching platform. For someone who hasn't experienced the platform yet, could you just walk us through at a very high level what they could expect when it comes to that 24-hour access to a coach?
So there's a million health and wellness and fitness apps out there, and they're all very siloed. So it's either exercise or it's nutrition or it's mindset. And again, Zero Doubt Club's methodology is that it's not separate. It's got to be together. And because of AI technology, I don't know that we'd build it if there wasn't AI technology. Because of AI technology, we can teach it our methodology, number one. Number two, it's built in a dynamic form because humans are dynamic and stuff happens. So you don't need data at the end of the day. You need that data interpreted like a coach. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So especially at the beginning, when somebody is just starting on their health and wellness journey after, months or years or decades of neglect, that data doesn't look great. So it's almost demotivating. So maybe you shouldn't show them data at the beginning. Maybe it should just be coaching, nudging, not you missed your workout or you walked 1,000 steps last week or yesterday. It's how do we walk 2,000 today? And how do we eat the next clean meal? And how do we create positivity in your life in the right way, right? So it's not annoying and it nudges just like a health coach. So think of it as a health coach in your pocket that is dynamic and gives insight to your coaches so they can do their job better. Because certified personal trainers, nutritionists, dietitians, anyone in healthcare doesn't know what people are doing 99% of the time. They only know what they're doing when they're in front of them. So that's the insight that it gives professional health and wellness providers, is that insight gives the human that coach in a pocket that keeps them, again, just moving in the right direction versus the wrong direction. So No one gets excited in the morning of, oh, I can't wait to log my breakfast into MyFitnessPal this morning. But they will be excited on talking to their health coach. And again, the adoption of AI is getting better. AI technology keeps getting better. Our coaching knowledge and what we're teaching it is getting better. So I'm not saying that everyone's going to be super ready for AI coaching tomorrow. I'm not saying that. And we don't see where the coach completely goes away and all they have is the AI coach. But that's the ecosystem that we're building, is an app in your pocket that helps coach you in a dynamic way, insight to your coach, a place to go and strength train, a company that provides you clean food. So that ecosystem, once you're in, results will happen. That's the bottom line.
Has this been rolled out yet, or are you still building it?
We're building it. So June is the launch of the minimum viable product. We're going to launch it with all of our personal training clients. We're going to launch it with all of our existing corporate wellness clients and investors, et cetera. And then it's push on the gas. We're going to fundraise and franchise our gyms, franchise our kitchen. There's the differentiation for our kitchen. What we want to keep it intimate and locally sourced organic. And there's no way to do a good job of that if we start shipping it in boxes and flash freezing and so on. So we're going to start the franchising process for the kitchens separately from the gyms and the launch of the app. So we have a big year, 2 years ahead.
Do you have a marketing plan in place for this launch?
We need to talk about that. We do and we don't, because we're not looking to go sign 100 companies and have 1 million people do it. What we want to do is validate that people are using it and loving it and moving in the right direction, and that it can complement our corporate wellness clients and keep them loving. I think it's just going to enhance what's already an amazing relationship with our coaches. So we just need to validate that, not on a huge level, because we don't want it to break or something to not go right or whatever else. So we want it very controlled, and then it's the marketing plan probably for next year of B2B corporate wellness scale and growth, along with, the question becomes, do we allow it to also be business to consumer and sell the app directly to one at a time? And then the third option with the app, and again, that's why there's a lot of potentials, is to actually sell it to other healthcare providers. So it's not just a Zero Doubt Club app, but we could white label it for nutritionists and dietitians and other personal trainers in other facilities to help scale the app and its results.
There's a lot of ways you can go. And if you ever need someone to test it out, let me know.
For sure.
Where do you see the fitness and nutrition industry heading in the next 5 years? And how do you want Zero Doubt Club to be a part of that shift?
How do I see it? How I would love to see it is that the preventative light bulb really goes off in people's heads, not the reactive, waiting for their ugly doctor appointment, right? that I had. How do we stop it sooner? How do we prevent? Because there's a lot of value there too, right? So not going down the wrong road first, just going down the right road. And unfortunately, a lot of the healthcare statistics are also for the young generation too. So people in their 20s to 40s are seeing a lot of stress and a lot of chronic diseases and whatever else. So it's not just the older generation, it's people now. So within 5 years, I'd love to see cleaner food, cleaner eating. A lot of restaurants are now avoiding seed oils and processed ingredients. Great. That's amazing. Strength training, again, strength training is fundamental. You got to build muscle mass. We're losing muscle mass as we age. We're losing bone density as we age. Not strength training, like progressive strength training, is so important. Everything else, cycling, running, yoga, it's all amazing. Please do it. But the fundamental, 2-3 times a week, you got to do progressive strength training.
Especially for women, too.
Especially for women. And again, that's a big misconception. Oh, I don't want to lift weights. I'm going to become bulky. No, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Like Justine has been working out for 20 years. She's not a big, she's fit. She looks amazing. And our other trainer, Olga, she's been strength training for 20 years too. She looks amazing. Not a big muscle person, but that's the point, is that education, the importance of strength training, clean eating, and preventative. Like how do you not get on medication? Or if you're on medication, how do you get off of medication? Should be the question. And there's no bigger win for us than a client telling us that they've lowered their medication or completely come off of it. And that's the biggest win for sure.
Are you ready to be in the hot seat?
Sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
One daily habit you swear by to stay clear-headed and high-performing.
Meditation. So I run 3 times a week and I strength train 3 times a week. So that's 6 days where I feel like any type of negativity or stress is completely eliminated. Like, I'm not joking. Like any little stresses or worries or what are completely gone by the end of the workout or by the end of the run.
Wellness trend you think is overhyped and one that's underrated.
Overhyped is quick fixes. Any quick lose weight in 30 days, lose weight in 60 days is just not good. Not good for the person, not good for the industry. It should coach new lifestyles, not quick fixes. Underrated, holistic health is going all in. And it's almost easier to go all in because you see the results. And I get it. I know it sounds like it's hard and scary. And what do you mean? I got to change my mindset and my diet and I got to exercise. But it's almost like if you put the 3 together, that's when the magic happens versus struggling on trying to do one at a time.
These final 2 questions might be hard for you to answer, but
Okay.
they're staples.
Okay.
Favorite Cleveland restaurant?
Amba. I love Amba.
I love Amba. Favorite Cleveland coffee shop?
Coffee shop. Cafe Honeycomb at Eaton Mall. It's just where one of our gyms is inside of Eaton
there
on
we
Chagrin, and that's just where we meet clients and where our team meets.
I love
and
when
stuff
there's
like
a new favorite coffee shop because a lot of my guests tend to be on the west side, so it's the same. So when you say a new one, I'm like, oh, love it. Well, Eric, thank you so much for an amazing
Sure.
conversation.
Thank you.
Where can listeners learn more about Zero Doubt Club and connect with you?
So zerodoubtclub.com is our personal training and health coaching. And then in the upper right-hand corner is a link to corporate wellness and what our program is and how it works. And then we have zerodoubtkitchen.com, which is the meal prep company. So again, locally sourced organic. You order by Thursday mornings at 10 a.m. and then get delivery on Sunday for the week. And again, it's healthy, clean, delicious. I think you guys will love it. And if your listeners reach out as an extra value add, if they follow us on Instagram, Zero Doubt Kitchen, I'll send you a gift card.
Amazing. Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. Now it's time to start making moves. Head to vividfront.com/marketing moves for exclusive marketing materials. Every episode, we add more of our greatest insider secrets to help you move towards success. See you next time.